kitchen now. 1 million plastic bottles are bought around the world every minute, and there are things we can do every day to curb the waste. So here to share her tips, holistic nutritionist Andrea Donsky. This is actually truly horrifying. I know you learned a lot about how much plastic we're using, but just to show you how crazy it is, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is an area of man-made debris swirling around in the ocean. So there are estimates that say it holds 79,000 tons of plastic and is approximately 3 times the size of France. And is growing. That's British diver Rich Horner. So he's captured video of himself swimming through water densely strewn with plastic waste and food wrappers in the waters around Bali. I thought that they were fish. That is all plastic, and it's going around and around and around the world. So you look at that and it feels overwhelming, it feels daunting. You've got tips on how we can just be swapping out some of the plastic we use.
Right, so it's estimated that there's 100 million tons of plastic in the oceans worldwide. That's a lot of plastic.
That's terrible.
And where's it coming from? It's coming from us, right? So it's coming from things like this, exactly. Water bottles, plastic straws, grocery bags, right? Plastic shopping bags. Talking about plastic shopping bags, who hasn't seen this, right? Have you seen this, right? Plastic bags blowing in the wind, and they end up on a tree branch somewhere, right? So shopping bags are a big issue. So it's approximately the amount of households in North America use about 1,500 plastic shopping bags every single year.
Even though we've been trying to phase them out, it's hard because you forget the reusable shopping bags in your trunk and you go into the store and you're like, sure, give me a few bags.
That's right.
But we have to be really on top of using those reusable bags.
And what we can do is, the great tip about the reusable bags is you can use the ones that go into like these tiny little balls, so they end up looking like this. And what I do is I keep them in my purse. And then I throw a bunch of them into a bigger bag, and then I leave them in my trunk. And even if I forget it, and let's say I'm close, you know, the entrance is close to my car, I'll run it and I'll go get them again. So that way I'll keep a couple in my purse, they fit in there, and it's perfect. And the reason we want to use reusable bags, shopping bags in particular, is because it takes 500 to 700 years to break down one plastic bag. So if you think about it, all the plastic bags, all the shopping bags that have been produced to date still have not broken down.
Unbelievable. Right? Ever since we started using plastic shopping bags, they're still out there.
It's a huge problem. And even when it comes to produce bags, you can get reusable bags as well. And what you can do is when they get dirty, just throw them in the wash and then reuse them again.
Yes. I often find, you know, we often put the produce in the separate little clear bag, and then we put the clear bag into the I don't use those clear bags. Just throw the onions right in the bag. Like, you don't have to separate them.
Or get like little canvas bags, right? If you wanted to separate them. Sometimes you want, like the tomatoes, you want to separate. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
All right, so another type of trash bag that we use all the time would be
our garbage bags.
Our garbage bags, exactly. So I always thought that using biodegradable garbage bags was the way to go. But it's actually not.
Really?
It's not, because in the landfill, in order to biodegrade, it needs light, air, and moisture, of which none of it exists in the landfill. So instead, what you want to do is you want to swap it out for compostable bags. Okay, so this is an example of a compostable bag. You can see it right over here. And what's great about it is that it'll biodegrade, it'll compost within a certain amount of time, generally within 60 to 90 days, depending on the size of the bag. That's a big difference between 500 to 700 years.
Can you get them bigger?
You can get them in all different sizes, exactly, yes. You can get the compost, a green bin, you can get it in a big bag.
That's compostable.
Yeah, this is all compostable.
Okay, that is good to know.
And then if you have a dog, I recommend as well the compostable doggy poop bags.
Yes.
That you can, when you get home, you can throw it into your compost, you can keep it outside. Amazing, right? So that way you know you're not using plastic bags. Now, if you do have a lot of plastic bags at home, reuse them.
Yes.
Right? So recycle them, and you can use them for the doggy poop bag. So that way they're not a one-time use, right? That's the important part.
At least you're getting a little bit more use out of them, for sure.
All right.
Okay, now this is a biggie, apparently, straws.
So how long do you think it takes for one straw to biodegrade?
I don't know, 20 years?
200 years. 200 years.
One little straw.
One straw. So this is the thing, and it's an easy swap. So what you know, you showed all the pictures in the beginning. What made me really switch from a plastic straw was seeing a turtle video with the straw up its nose. So I was like, you know what, we need to, you know, and I love straws. I love to drink with straws. So there are a couple of options instead of plastic. So let's let's get rid of the plastic.
Okay.
So you could use stainless steel.
Yes.
And you can use glass straws.
Right, and these ones you use over and over and over again.
Exactly. It comes with a little
them.
brush. You can wash it, and exactly. So they're reusable.
It comes with a little brush.
Right. So you could clean them properly. Isn't that great?
That's amazing. Because that would be my fear. Like, how am I ever going to get in there?
Right. Yeah. Totally.
That's
cleans them
smart.
right up. And then if you do want to use something that is, you could throw it away. You can use compostable straws. Again, they do exist. So we want disposable. There's parties. There's barbecues.
Yes.
You know. So if you do want to use something, a straw, you want to go for that compostable straw.
So the regular paper straws are not necessarily compostable?
Not necessarily.
Oh.
So you really want to look for it. Now, compostable is regulated by the government, so it's going to biodegrade within that certain amount of time into compost.
Yeah. Okay, well, that is good to know. Okay, here's a big one. This is going to be an eye-opener for so many of our viewers watching, our female viewers.
Right.
All of the feminine hygiene products we use. Think about how much plastic is happening here.
So much plastic. So as a woman, we'll use 11,000 feminine hygiene products in our lifetime.
Wow.
That's a lot of plastic.
Yes.
So, and most of them are made up about 90% plastic.
Right.
And we dispose of about 45 billion feminine hygiene products a year.
Yeah.
That's a lot globally, right?
Yeah.
So what we could do is instead we could swap it out for, there's 3 different kinds of feminine hygiene products that we can use. You can use disposable.
Yeah.
You can use washable, and you can use reusable. So if you're
there's still good disposable options that don't have plastic?
Absolutely. So this is a whole this is a line of plastic-free options.
Yeah.
It's organic and it's compostable. So that's what you want to look for. Now, using organic feminine hygiene products like tampons and pads also helps the environment, right? Because there's no pesticide sprayed.
Absolutely.
So very important as well. So again,
you're the first one that started talking to me about that. Like, that is a very important switch.
Yes, very important.
What is the regulation you need to look for? Just look for compostable.
Well, I would say look for organic feminine hygiene, and chances are they will be compostable as well.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so something like this, is this a replacement for a pad?
It is. It's washable.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
I already hate doing laundry. I got to add this to it?
You do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are, what is that, felt?
It's like material. So it actually comes out. Here's the pad itself. It goes into it.
And it's like funky colors.
Yeah, really fun.
It makes the whole experience so much nicer.
Exactly.
Or these, is this a Diva cup?
That's a Diva cup, yeah.
Okay, so this is
reusable.
So it's a reusable. You use it again and again and again. Can you use it forever?
You can use it for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So yeah, all great options that you can use.
And I used to think this was so crazy. I heard about it probably half a decade ago, and I thought, who would ever? Now this is one of the most popular things.
It is very popular, yeah.
Because people care about the environment. These things are important.
They do.
Okay, let's talk about these products now. The products we're using in our kitchens to eat in and to drink in. We've got a lot of plastic.
Right. So barbecue season now. We're going to be using a lot of plastic tableware.
Yes.
So companies are getting really creative. They're using materials that are good for the environment. They're environmentally friendly. So, for example, palm leaves. Check this out, how beautiful that is. So those are plates made from the leaves that have fallen from the palm tree. So no 2 plates are alike. They're all individual. What's great about it, it's compostable and it's oven safe for up to 45 minutes.
Oven safe?
Oven safe.
I would not expect to hear that.
And it'll compost within 6 to 12 weeks.
Oh, very
Which is amazing.
So these are made of what?
Bamboo.
Bamboo.
So bamboo is a renewable resource. These are heat and cold resistant.
Yeah.
And they're dishwasher safe. And again, you can keep reusing it. When you don't want to use it anymore, they'll biodegrade within 2 to 3 years.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Ricardo also has a line of biodegradable products, which we think is great.
Made from cornstarch.
Made from cornstarch.
Right, as are these, made from cornstarch. Again, put them in your compost and they will break down.
Completely natural. Andrea, thank you so much. It's such an eye-opener.